Welcome back to the
Hey,
Book Bestie podcast. I'm Aquarius.
and I am Monique, and we are the book besties. Welcome back.
Yes, honey. Yes, we are back.
Tja,
I know.
mm, mm.
What a week. What a
What
week.
a week, Lord. Mm.
What?
Cover your hands, Lord, on all these book readers, because, baby, the book community is going up in flames, Lord. Just, just bring us back together, Lord. Every week it's something different.
I can't.
Listen. It's depressing, I don't even wanna
Very.
log on no more at this point. I just wanna go to my little corner and read my little book
And
because
yes.
why
Yes. I
why
don't
are we
I don't know when it turned. When did it turn? It didn't used to be like this. It
think it
didn't.
turned when I think the book community was small at first, and
Mm-hmm.
now everybody is so-called reading and making content about books, and I think some of the people shouldn't be here, honestly.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
have to
saying?
agree with
Like,
you. Mm-hmm.
some of them should
Mm-hmm.
not be here,
I
and I
know
think
because
that's
they
where the
don't.
things went wrong.
Right. I have to agree. I would have to agree because this was a very fun. We talked about this. This was a fun
Mhm.
fucking space. People were
Yeah.
making friends. It was
Mhm.
solely focused on the books. We have come so far from focusing on the books. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We are
because we have
now
some impo
turning people down on
Yeah.
purposeful being, like, damn, it's
Yeah.
shit. If you want your cup of tea, you want your cup of tea, keep it moving.
Mhm. They can't do
I
that.
don't,
We have imposters. We have book
absolutely.
imposters. And
Absolutely.
it's causing drama, that we don't need, and it's okay for our community to grow. Of course, we want it to
Yes,
grow, right? But
absolutely.
like, come on, y'all. Let's will it in. Let's focus on the books. Let's read and enjoy. And like you said, if you didn't enjoy something, it is what it is. We don't
It
have to
is.
dog the author. We don't have to
Right.
dog other readers who did enjoy
No.
it. Because everybody's taste is different, everybody's mood is different.
Yes.
And some books can relate to, and some other people
Some do
may
you
not be
can't.
able to relate to, but that's okay. Like it's
We're
just
not the
crazy
same.
that uh, you know, when we talk about reading, that is a very touchy subject in the world because there's a lot of people out here that don't know how to read, right? They were talking about like the statistics of people reading on a certain like how many adults don't know how to read on a particular grade level,
Right.
and you
Absolutely.
know then when we think about our children now and how they're not reading as good as they should be reading, it's just like
It's
reading
crazy.
is really important. If we just take away everything, if we take away book talk, bookstagram, all of that stuff, the bottom line is before all of this even came about, reading started at home, reading started
Yep.
in school.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In order to be able to function in life, you have to read because you need to be able to
Absolutely.
comprehend. You need to learn,
Yeah.
know certain words and what they mean.
Hmm.
Reading is a subject, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, oh, for
It's
people that
very
just
important to
becoming,
navigate through the
yeah,
world. You have to be able to know how to read. Right.
you have to be able to know how to read,
Absolutely.
and that's the main thing here. Yes, we're reading for enjoyment because clearly we know how to read already, and we
Yes.
know how to comprehend it. Like,
Yes.
y'all just taking the fun out of it.
I
The
know.
basic
Like,
line is we're just here to enjoy what we're
we
reading,
are.
right? And talk about it. And hopefully convince somebody else to read it and they enjoy it just as much as we did.
Absolutely. Yes. That's what I loved about it is that
Yeah.
after I finish a good book, I can't wait to go online to share it so someone else can have that same experience. But
Hmm.
I am not in control of that person's experience. Does that make
Right.
sense? It's
That
like,
is.
yeah, whether you enjoyed it or not, that's up to you. That's what you find enjoyable. But I would think
Hmm.
that people will follow people that like I follow people that read the same stuff that I read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Genres that I'm interested in getting into, then of course I go look over there and be like, okay, well, who's giving out
Hmm.
thriller recs? Who's giving out historical fiction recs? I want to read more of those, so I will follow them. But in the event that I was to read one of those and I didn't like it, I'm not gonna go back and bash that person or make a video that says, "Y'all hyped this up and it was not a great book for me," or I just Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm finna keep it moving. I got other books.
Right.
Baby, my list is long as hell. I got a
Mhm.
lot of choices over here, okay? I'm around choices, and people dropping books
Yeah.
every day. It's keep it moving. I appreciate you, sis. I'm gonna keep over there because you might have one that I might actually like.
Mm.
But I'm not gonna make it my mission to tear you or the author down.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I
That's
was on
crazy.
somebody's TikTok live last week, and they were saying they don't like to give book recs because they don't want to be responsible if someone they don't want somebody coming back in their inbox like, "Hey sis, you recommended this book to me and it was horrible. I didn't like it."
I wish you would.
So
I wish you would.
but
I'ma
there's
cut.
people
I
doing
wish
it.
you the
That's
fuck
the
would.
thing. That
I
there's
wi-
people doing
It'll
it.
be your last time in my inbox.
Like they're
That's
literally going into people's inboxes saying, "Hey," but then there was a girl on there that commented and was like, "You know what? If somebody recommends me a book, I will go in their inbox and I will tell them like, "Hey, I really enjoyed this book." She was like, she don't go in there and
yes.
if there's a
That is the
book that she didn't
definition. If you
like,
don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all. You wouldn't even know if I got one a recommendation from you and I didn't like it. I'm not gonna go. That's just me personally. I'm just not gonna do it because there's so many other. I'm always on to the next. I close one book and open the other one, and then that's
uh,
sometimes how I forget what happened in the other book. But that's neither here nor there because
let's
I just
talk
like
about
read.
that. Like I was just thinking earlier, because there's a lot of books that I've read that I don't remember shit about. So
That's common, friend.
my
It's
question
very common.
is, if you read a book and you don't remember anything about it, or maybe you just remember bits and pieces, does that mean that the book was not good? Or does that just mean that because we're reading so many books, it's just hard to remember everything? Or is it just because I'm
Think
getting
for
old and my
us.
brain ain't working
I think
like
it's
that no
three. I
more?
think all of those equate to us. I feel like, oh, you just wrapped it up. You answered it yourself. Number, I'm over 40. Sometimes I walk downstairs and don't know why I'm down there. That happens all the time. Brain fog, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know sometimes I call my kids names. I don't know what the hell I wanted with you, but it had to be, it's going to come back to me,
Mhm.
okay?
Right, right.
Another one is I literally will close the book and go
Straight
and
to the
go to the
next
next
one.
one, straight to the next one. Yes, I'm gonna forget the characters' names and all of that. Unless I have to tell you, unless it was a crackhead edition, and you know what I consider a crackhead edition, okay? If it kept me up where I was reading, all that right, I don't forget those. No, no, don't
You
forget
need to do
those,
a
okay?
series, a crackhead edition series. That's what you need to do. Looks
I
like
get
kept
just
you
so
up all night. Yeah, that's what you need to do.
books that kept me up all night. I have a long list of them, and I would never forget them. I love them all equally. However, I've read just here recently some really good books that I don't remember. They're good because I was in it to win it, but I just don't remember what happened in it.
Yeah. I think because we do read so many, it's just
We
hard to
do.
remember all of them. Of
Mhm.
course, those that really, really stand out, of course, you probably remember the majority of it, if not
Yes.
all of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, damn, am I just getting old? Is it the brain fog from perimenopause?
It's
Is it,
not, friend, because think about it. You could tell me right now if I asked you what Demon's Dream was about. You know what Demon's Dream is about. You ain't forget that. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's all of it mixed in together, you
yeah.
know?
I just be feeling bad because not only, I want to remember those books that I loved, right? And that I really enjoyed. But then for content purposes, like this is why which I want to start doing, like the videos with the song in the background. It'd be like these books were this vibe. But
Yes.
when I pick a song, then I got to think about what books
What the
actually
books.
fit this vibe. And now I can't remember every book that I've read. A couple of them may pop up. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this definitely fit that vibe. But
Yep.
I want to do at least, somewhere
And
between maybe 5 to 8 books. And I can't remember 5 to 8 books that fit
yeah,
this vibe. So
you
it's hard for me
can't,
to do that.
friend. And that's why the Goodreads come in. I go right to my Goodreads and I go back through and look at, like what and it helps trigger my memory. That's how I'm able to go through. I'd be like, "Okay, I got this song," and then I'm like, "Okay," and I'ma always remember what triggered me to go over to that song. So I'ma already have like at least 2 of them. But like you said, I wanna have like 5 to 8 books in there. So I go back on my Goodreads, and then I'd be like, "Okay,
See,
ooh,
I
now
just
I
need
know
to
what this one's
start.
about." It is
Yeah.
a lot of work though, friend. I'm not gonna lie. It is. People
No.
think that it's just so easy when you make one of those videos. It's
No,
not
because you literally,
easy.
like you said, gotta research and think about what books fit the vibe. You got to take a picture of the books. You got to
Yep,
crop the picture. Then
yep,
you gotta
yep.
add it in on the
You gotta put the words
video.
up there. You gotta put the words up
Yeah.
there.
That's why I stopped
It's
doing reading wrap ups because I got tired of doing that shit.
It's a lot
I
of when I say a lot of work, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's
It
a
is
lot of work.
much easier for me to, as soon as I finish reading the book, flip the camera on and tell you about it right then and there because I'm gonna forget the details of something.
Mhm.
That's just is what it is. My brain cannot
And
sit
I
there and hold
yeah,
all that. That's what
right.
I will run and be like, ah, I don't care if I got my damn pajamas on. Y'all done seen me in my pajamas a lot of damn
Mhm.
times. It'd be like, oh my God, this is a good book. Let me hurry up because I know I finna go read another book and I'm probably
Mhm.
gonna forget what that book is about. But it was
Yeah, I
good
said I
enough
was
for me
gonna
to
start
share with
doing
y'all.
that. But if I wanted to do a review on a book, just do it right away because
You have to. You're gonna forget. You will, friend.
I
I
just wish
know,
my
but it's
brain could remember
okay.
everything.
We're only one person,
I
okay?
know, that's the problem. I need
It's
like 5
okay.
of me.
I do too. I'm gonna have to agree with you. I wish I can borrow it, because and I gotta retrain myself to go back over there in contemporary romance. I don't know what the hell is happening to me. Like, I don't know why. It's like I can read a contemporary romance and then I be wanting somebody to die. I'm
Off with his head. We're just used to reading. That's why it's important for us to expand our horizons because 'cause we're too stuck over there in shoot 'em up, bang bang land. We're just too stuck.
he gonna let this dude just talk to her like that and he ain't shoot you? You ain't shoot him or nothing? Like he just alive? He just out here living? Y'all waiting on karma. Who is that? You gotta go back and get it. I know we're not gonna wait for his ultimate demise by himself. Where's the team? Who gonna take him out? Who gonna
Where's the
clean it
cleanup
up?
crew? Because we
Who
need
gonna
this
clean? Where
body
the cleanup
unalive
crew? Because
and cleaned
why?
up in 5 minutes.
And then I was thinking, I stayed straight up in the bed. I said, God, there's something wrong with me. I gotta get out of urban romance and urban fiction for a little while and go see
Yeah.
something else. That's why I was advocating hard for this other book. I was like, I gotta get out of there a little bit, just a little bit.
But you
Mm.
know what? The book that we're gonna talk about tonight, that's contemporary romance, right?
Oh yes,
And I was
Kimberly
locked
Brown.
in.
Kimberly
I was
Brown is
locked in.
really, you're right. Kimberly Brown is really
Yeah.
good at being writing that where he still is a strong girl, but not
Mhm.
don't necessarily have to get that way.
Right.
I still like a 9 to 5 man that don't have a cleanup crew.
Mhm.
Mm.
Okay. Yes. So
You're right.
when it's like that, then cool because I can lock in. I locked in with this book.
I did.
You know
I
what I'm
did
saying?
too.
I wasn't bored at all, and it wasn't nothing, no killing, no nothing like that
You're right.
going on. So
I can't wait to be talking about it because it was such a good
yes,
book.
it
Huh.
was a good book.
Is it
So
new? Do you know if it's a new one or we went back in her catalog? Because I don't know how we found it.
I know I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it up here
Okay.
lately, but I
Okay.
don't know if it's new or not. I
Okay.
really don't. I'll have to investigate that.
Okay.
But it was really good. So yeah, like if it's gonna be like that, then cool. You know what I'm saying? A Kennedy Ryan, I can handle that. Cool.
Yes, you
Like I
can.
don't need the. I think too though when it comes to contemporary romance, when you have like those old faithfuls like Kennedy Ryan and
Yeah. Yeah.
Kimberly Brown and things like that.
Mhm.
You know their body of work. You know what you're gonna get from them. So I guess when you start that book, you're kind of already like in that mind frame because you already
Yes.
know, okay, ain't gonna be none of that
No
going on,
dying, ain't gonna
but
be
it's
no
still gonna
killing,
be a
ain't gonna be
good
no
book.
persuasion,
Yeah,
but you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna
yeah.
leave it's a swooning feeling when you read those. It's more like "Ooh, this is so good, I like." It's
Hmm.
kinda like fluff. It's that not all the time because they do have some things, and, like, Kennedy Ryan is really good at,
Some heavy topics.
those heavy topics, and she gonna go there, and she gonna go all the way there.
Hmm.
But it's yeah, you're right. You're right. I just
Yeah.
gotta go back over there and get reacquainted with my people.
Hmm. Yeah. So yeah. Well, what did you read this week?
Oh my goodness. I have read a lot this week. I don't know where I found the time, but we shall see. All right. I read Everybody Ain't Your Friend by Tanisha Stewart. I read My G by Natalia. I'm just gonna say I had a week of shitty moms in almost every book that I read. Okay. There
Mm,
was not a good
mm-mm.
mom, I don't think, over here.
Damn.
Oh my God. Let me tell you, I be finding stuff on my own. Pat myself on the back. I don't know I don't know, Freya, how I did this because India Carter, the one that wrote, the Danger series, right? Why do I just think of her as just that? You know, I was like, something said, I enjoyed this series. Let me go over here in her catalog. So I read Need You by Me by India Carter, and it was a PK kid. I love pastor kids because baby, they don't do shit that got to do with the Bible. They're gonna do the opposite.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They're
Right.
gonna embarrass the family. Now, those are one of those. Now, I felt like this was definitely a contemporary romance, that I loved. Um, because her relationship with her dad was tumultuous. It was just terrible. Her relationship with her mom, terrible. She was the black sheep. It was just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And then nobody died. Mm, okay. Did nobody die? Okay. Lilith by Alexandria House. My
She's another one, 'cause it don't be no killing in her books like that.
God. Baby, but talk about an unhinged man. Oh my God. I love a you mad ass nigga in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I need to do a review on this. I need to put a star by that since I kind of remember some details.
Yeah.
It's really good. And that is also a series, and her sister name is Memphis. And I want to read that book, of course, because I'm from Memphis. So
Mhm.
I definitely want to. And the sister was off
Of
the chain in
course.
her book.
Mhm.
And then Where Secrets Find Solace was our book that I read. I wanted to say I am getting comfortable with soft DNFs, right? Like I feel like I used to think that if I DNF the book, I just DNF the book, right? But sometimes, and I don't consider myself a mood reader. It was a book that I started that one of my friends were like, "Hey, read this book," and I read
Mhm.
it, and I was just like, I was a little bored. You know what I'm saying? Um, I made her tell me some of it. I was like, "Girl, are they gonna get back together? Because I don't want him with his wife. Like, she don't deserve him." And when she said that there is no third person that'll be entered into the group chat, I said, "It's just gonna be them, and we got to go through 3 books of them trying to get back together." Oh hell no, bitch! I ain't reading it. I have already picked a side, and it is not rooting for them. She was like, "It turns around." Well, hope it didn't turn around yet, and I can't do it. I usually will feel some type of way about not completing the book. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be like, ugh, it's just there incomplete.
So
I'm
long, bye
telling
bye
you.
bye bye.
I'm telling you, growth. I just feel like it's just growth for me. Cause now I'm like, no, I'm not going back over there. I'm not gonna go back over there. I'm gonna keep it moving though. So, and I feel
Like, if you didn't catch my attention that first time, now I am a mood reader. So granted,
okay,
I may not have been in the mood at that time, but
okay,
9 times out of 10, I feel like if you didn't, I kind of feel like when I start a book, I can feel whether or not it's going to keep me and keep my attention, and
mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying. So if you didn't grab me in the first few little chapters, I'm probably not gonna go. I don't think I've ever.
Okay,
I mean, when I start up there now, there's plenty of books that I have started and have not finished, and it's not because I didn't like the book. It's just because maybe I had another obligation to read something else, and I just never went
gotcha.
back over there. You know, especially now that we're doing the podcast and there's weekly books. I'm in like I think 3 book clubs right now.
Friend, there's a lot
You
of
know,
book
it's a lot
clubs.
going on, right? You know,
Yeah,
then if somebody sends me art, those are top
yeah,
priorities, right? So I have
yeah.
to sometimes put a book down and I just may not get back to it yet. Ah,
That's
for
hard.
me, it is hard. If I DNF a book though, 9 times out of 10, I'm never coming back to it. Like, because if you didn't grab my attention
I agree.
right away, it's probably not going to keep my attention.
I agree.
So when
And
people
I
be
feel
like,
like,
"Oh, just hang tight. Wait a minute, it's
no,
gonna
I
do what
can't
it."
hang tight, man. I can't do it
I need
because for
something.
just we've been in the game too long to where there's something else that we could be spending our time. I feel like when
Mhm.
I do that, it's almost a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
this could be time I can be reading something that is enjoyable, that caught my attention, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I feel like as a mature reader, you know if this book is for you, if you're gonna enjoy it or
facts,
not. And that's gonna
facts,
be in the very first 5
facts,
chapters maybe. You
facts.
know what I'm saying? And once you read
Hmm.
those, you pretty much know, okay, yeah, I can keep going.
Yep. Yep, and I'm not gonna lie, this particular book it started off good. I was like, "Oh, yeah. Ooh, why you divorcing this man? He giving zaddy vibes, okay. Oh, you're rich too in your own right. Well, that's awesome." But it got into the whole baby died situation that was still interesting. I was like, "Oh, man, y'all lost a baby. Mm,
Mhm.
okay, now then y'all grew apart. Okay, and everybody is like they've been friends since they were or knew they everybody knew it was gonna be together since they was like 6 years old, and they literally have been together, and they like in their 40s now with two twin boys that are almost grown. And I'm just like, nah, the way that bitch clowned in court, and he over there looking like, bitch, you really finna divorce me? You finna divorce me? You fucking up? I'm thinking too, bitch, you fucking up. I don't even know why yet, but you are. When the nigga said he coming to pick up all 6 of his cars. What? There's 6 cars? And it just like it went downhill from there. It started off good, and then I was like, I know I'm finna get ready to be in there for when I start skimming. I'm not a skimmer. If I just
Mhm.
start going, like, skipping a whole bunch of words and just
Mhm.
be like I was like, "Hmm, nope, done." Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
how I ended up, leaving that scenario alone. But that's neither here nor there, you know? I like second chance romance. Don't let me say I don't, because that's definitely considered a second chance romance. I just like for people to hurt people, and I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking for him to go out to the club with his friends. You find somebody else, you bring her into the fold. Now you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of wag her
Some
around in front of
drama.
some
Yeah.
drama, like wag her around in front of your wife a little bit and be like, "This is what you're missing out on." Okay, I like this. Just it wasn't giving it, so
Yeah.
I
I
had
mean,
to
I
let
feel
it
like
go.
contemporary romance definitely needs drama in it. If there's no drama, then
Absolutely.
it's flat because there's nothing else going on.
Yep,
Yeah, we want to see a beautiful love story, but we need the drama mixed
we
in
do.
within that to keep it going, to make it fun and interesting. So, I
Mhm.
mean, I could be wrong, but I'll just say this, me as a reader is what if I'm reading contemporary, I need it to have a little drama in it.
Me too. You
That
gotta
may
have
not
some
be for
drama.
everybody, but for
I'm gonna
me,
have to say.
yeah. Like,
But I also will try to rate the book if I'm going to put a rating up there, the book as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be that harsh because I know maybe somebody out there they like the little fluff. And I might say, hey, this is a very soft love story. That's
mhm.
like a hint that there's
Yeah.
no drama in here. But yeah, friend. Yeah. I'ma buy the toy. Imma just say Imma send her a text message tonight. "Hello, can you line me up some hitters, please? I appreciate you more than because
Yeah.
I need a crackhead hour. I haven't had one since last week.
Mhm.
I feel like I need at least one once a week to fulfill myself."
Okay. To fulfill
So,
yourself.
I do, friend, and shout out to my friend Toy Cooper, because if baby Toy Cooper keep me if you love urban romance, and it's ToiCooper, that is the person you go to. She's the GOAT.
Shout out to Toy Cooper giving all the urban fiction book recs, keeping my friend up all
Mhm.
night long for
Come on,
days.
Toy, I'm ready. Crackhead hour. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, what did you
Um,
read, friend?
Nothing. No, it's fine. I I read 3 things.
Okay.
It was a light reading week for me. So I read Save Room for Us by Siobhan Latrice.
Mm.
I'm working my way up there. I'm really proud of myself because this is probably gonna be the first series
Did you complete it?
outside of a series that's like 2 books, but talking
Right.
about a long series, like that's
Mhm.
something that's more than 2 books. Oh yeah, this is my first one completing. So I'm very proud of
Friend,
myself.
I'm proud of you.
And when I complete this, I'm gonna really have a glass of champagne or wine or
Hey,
something.
friend,
I have to
we need to do it
celebrate.
together. We have to celebrate when you come back
Yes,
on here
'cause
and
I
we just have
know.
a glass. Yes,
I'm not a
baby.
serious girl. Yeah. So I'm very proud that I'm working my way down yonder. The next book I read was Everybody Ain't Your Friend by Tanisha Stewart. And then the book that we're going to talk about today, which is Where Secrets Find Solace by Kimberly Brown.
And yeah.
So yeah, that's it for me.
Honey,
Hmm.
that's enough. That's
Yeah,
enough.
that's all I
Okay.
get. That's all I could pull out. I ain't mad. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. All right. You want me to tell you the synopsis? What you want to do it? What you want to do? Okay, so we are following this girl who is um she's a teenager and her mom is trash, meaning the mom doesn't really want to be a mom. So this 14-year-old girl is responsible for taking care of her siblings. And her mom has a boyfriend that moves in, and he just the scumbag of the earth. So he started doing small things that were inappropriate, like putting her on his lap. It just progressed into what we think it's gonna progress into, where you're basically sexually abusing her. Took her virginity, was very forceful. And of course he was using the threatening tactics. If you don't do it, then I'm gonna do it to your younger sister. So she was definitely wanting to protect them from him. And let's just say that she was over it. There was one time that she was just like, enough is enough, where she blacked out and she killed him, stabbed him. It was like 22 times.
Hmm.
Yeah,
27, I think, something
the
like that. It was
27
a lot.
times. Yeah, it was a lot. And that scene just stuck out to me because it was so gruesome, and it was just that's just how fed up she was,
Hmm.
and feel like she didn't have an outlet. So of course, little mama ended up going to jail, baby. She became the perpetrator instead of the victim, and that's and what it was it. She had 30 years
30
in
years.
prison.
She served 10.
She's 13, y'all, and wow, and it just goes from there. So go ahead, friend. I gave you.
So, we go on this journey of her. She gets released. She's on probation and she's only served 10 years of the 30-year sentence, but she's not all the way out the clear, of course. Like I said, she's on probation. We watch her come out of prison and try to adjust back to normal life. Now, mind you, she was a child when she went in. She is now, and to me, it was just so heartbreaking to I felt like I could see it. Like I felt like she
Mm,
was when I was reading it, I felt like she was here with me, like this was the person that I know. Um, how timid she was, how nervous she was, which is to be expected when you have been violated by someone and then you come out into the free world, you're living life. You don't know who to trust, right? Because
right.
the people that you thought you could trust, the person that was the closest to you, is the reason why all of this has happened, and which was her mom. And it
Mhm.
was just really sad to like see her come out and be so I mean, she was angry. Like I said, she was very timid. She was very nervous, which is to be expected. But
Right.
it's just sad because it's like, damn, what she's been through, and you know that coming out into the real world, trying to adjust, you don't know who's for you, who's not. So
Right.
she has a friend that was her friend, which is
I
our
loved her.
MMC in the book. Um, oh yeah, she also has a
She has
friend
had
that
the
she worked with.
girl that
Yeah.
worked with her.
Um, Okay, so she has the girl. Let's talk about her real quick. So
Okay.
when she comes out of prison, she moves in with her aunt and uncle. They have kind of have her set up. They've saved money for her. They have a room for her. And they're really elated for her to be out. Her uncle owns a shop, a mechanic shop, and he gives her a receptionist job to go work at. So this is her first job she's ever had. And that's another thing. Everything that she's experiencing is her first because again,
Yes.
she was a child when she went in.
When she went
Now
in.
she is an adult. So driving, a job,
I
even
know.
dealing with a man, everything, is a first for her as an adult. Um, so she has a friend that she, meets at the job that works there that really, at first she's like, this girl talk too much. She's a little, back up, baby. But
I
I think the friend really helped her kind of get out of her shell, loosen up a
mhm,
little bit, realize like, hey, I know what has happened to you, but you're out now. Let's go ahead and try to live life, basically,
right.
do some things that you want to do that you thought, been thinking about
Yeah,
doing if you were out on the free world, and now you are. Let's do it. And she just
and
really gave her the confidence, the spunk, that she needed to, like, you know, loosen up and enjoy
also
life.
taken up for her without
Yeah,
knowing
I
her
loved
full
at the
story.
restaurant.
With the restaurant scene, that's why I say I agree with you when I feel like this was somebody I felt there. I felt like this is somebody I know because you're like, this girl, I guess nobody forgot her because her story was so big. And it was everywhere that people were treating her, like, oh my God, you killed
Being
this
very
man.
judgmental. Mhm.
Very, very judgmental. That was the most shocking part of the story is the people who lack compassion and that instead of her being treated like the victim, she was definitely treated like she was the one. No, she protected herself. If she didn't do it, there would have been tons and tons of more girls that could have been subjected to what, including
Mhm.
her little sisters who she loved the most. But yes, the girl to my girl, you gotta learn how to drive, and having the patience to teach her. And I love the best friend. You always need that best friend to come through for you.
Yeah, and she definitely came through. I think she was a good, addition to her life because she
Definitely.
didn't have any friends. She never did, even when she was younger, besides
Right.
our MMC. And so it was just good for her to have, it was a breath of fresh air for her to have a girlfriend and have somebody to hang out with, talk to, and, somebody to show her some things, show her what's going on right now in today's
Right.
world. And, just give her, like I said, give her the confidence, everything you would want your girlfriend, your best friend to do for you. She was that person. And it was a great friendship. Now our MMC, what I loved most about him was his patience. He was so kind, so patient,
That
so
talk through though.
it was nothing.
I know you was going with all the sweet stuff, but I had to go right through it, baby. Cause baby, they talk through and they asking, "Can I?" Yes, you can. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Right.
Yes, you may.
Hmm.
Come on, keep
And
going.
that was just a turn
Absolutely.
on in itself. Yes. You know what I'm
I
saying?
loved it.
Like, yes, I just felt like he really catered to her needs. He
Yes.
understood what she had been through. And
Soft,
now the best
patient.
friend, they grew up together. They were friends when they were in high school and they used
Mhm.
to study together and, hang out. He always had a crush on her, but he never
Yeah.
told her that. And then everything happened where she got sent to
Yeah.
prison. So, he went on about his life. She had to serve her time, but he also he's an attorney now at this
Mhm.
point, and he's helped her get out. So he was one of the people that helped her get out of prison and is continuing to work on her case to get everything dismissed. Along with another attorney. And the cool thing about it is, he's doing this just really from the kindness of his heart. He doesn't want any money from
Oh,
her.
yeah,
He
and
wasn't
I love the
even.
part where he had to move he moved her in because remember the little sisters ended up getting taken from the mom because the mom was abusive towards them, and he was like, "You can move in with me," and I'm thinking, "Oh my god, she gonna be pregnant tomorrow."
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
I was like, "Cause ain't no way, babe, I'd have been locked up with all these women, baby, when you but I understand that she had a traumatic experience
Yeah,
with sex, but
yeah.
I'm just saying
If it
for
wasn't
me,
for that, she would have been pregnant by the
she would
next
have been
day for
pregnant by
sure.
me because I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm coming getting in the bed with you. You finna get in the shower with me too, so
Hmm. Yeah. When he was
what
giving her
about
the
Shirley?
head and all of that, oh baby,
Oh
would
my
have took it all
God, it's so good.
away. Yeah, like,
Jesus. I
why
love
stop
it.
here?
Why? Don't please
I
don't.
loved that she was open enough to say, you know what, I want to try this, you know what I'm saying? And I want to
Yes,
try it with you,
I do.
And I
It was a
love that,
safe
like you said,
space
he
to
was,
do it.
yeah, I love that he was, asking for permission because he
Me
knows what she's
too.
been
Can I
through.
touch you?
And yeah, this is the first time, she's had, sexual that she
Uh,
wanted,
yeah, 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 yeah,
sexual
yeah.
relations with a
Yeah.
grown man that she actually wanted to have
Right.
sex with. and, was interested in. So everything was just so soft, so cute. So
It
this was
was.
swoon worthy, it was sexy, it was desirable, it just, you could see the love that they have for
Yes.
one another. And
And you were
even
so
though she was
happy for
very
them.
mean, yeah, even though she was very mean in the beginning, which, understandably so, because
Yes,
again, like I said, you don't know who to trust. And she also had a chip on her shoulder because she felt like,
that he
damn,
didn't
I've been
come.
locked up. I haven't heard
But
from you. You didn't
she
write
also
me.
realized that, okay, he was a kid. Well, how can I
Yeah.
expect a child
Yeah.
to,
Mhm.
maintain a relationship with a person that got sentenced to 30 years in jail?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
And I'm glad
yeah,
she came to that
me
realization when
too.
that
Because
part
she
of
was
the
so
book
mean to
came.
him in the
Yeah, she
grocery
was at
store. I was
first.
like,
Mhm.
hold on, player, hold on. I was like, go easy on my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he really has your best interest at heart. And he's really a good
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah, he really is a good dude, and he really means her well, and he just wants the
Hmm.
best for her. And she started to see that, and again, her best friend is in her ear, like, well, you need to hit that. You need to,
Yeah,
I see what's going on here. So don't act like it ain't what it
right,
is. Like, you
right.
need to go ahead and hop on that man. Don't let that man get by. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and get that. Um,
Good
I
man.
love that the friend was wild and free,
Me too.
more, and because she's more conservative, but the friend was more
Yeah.
out there and just kind of say whatever, you know what I'm
She
saying? But
was.
that pushed her, like I said, be like, okay, it put some things on her mind, like, you know what,
Yeah.
yeah, I should do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not? Everything about this book was just, it was heartbreaking. But to see the love that her aunt and uncle had for her, how they set her up, because they didn't have to do that. That's not her daughter. That's
And
not
they
their
never
daughter.
gave up. You know what I
They
mean?
never
Even though her
gave up.
trifling ass mammy, that
Let's
trifling
talk about the
ass
mama. The
mammy, baby,
mama,
friend, I just, baby, just because you got a uterus don't mean you should use it. That just was the worst. I'm just saying, friend, it just was the worst. Like, at the bottom of how could you do that to your own child? When it came out that the mama had the tapes, I was floored. I knew she did, but I was like, that mama got them
right?
tapes. When that
You was
sister
just
came out
hoping
there with
she
them,
didn't
I was
though.
just hoping. I didn't want that. I was like, you can't be that cruel. When he played it for the mama in the jail and she wasn't shocked, she wasn't surprised, she wasn't, I was like, this raggedy bitch
She literally
who
didn't
did
give a fuck.
not
She had no
protect
remorse,
at all, at all. Was doomed from the beginning because everybody that was involved was connected to his people. The police officers that
girl.
came on the scene, the judge, that girl did not stand a damn chance. Y'all did all this to protect this man, and you
When
did a
they came out,
disservice.
I could
I
not
was
believe it.
so hurt. I was just hurt. I was like, damn, girl. There wasn't nobody for you. You were doomed, boo boo.
Right.
You were
There was
doomed. And
nothing
then
you were gonna be able to do.
right, the mama ganging up with his mama. Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, who does
Yeah.
that? I was so hurt. I was like, "Girl." And I'm thinking, what if she didn't get parole? You would have 30 years of your life was gone without your freedom, without your any of those things.
Mhm.
Because I feel like she had an opportunity to get her life started. Yes, you missed 10 years of your life, and that's a long time. But you can but 30? Who the hell wants girl,
Yeah.
girl. Girl. And I hated how everybody wasn't prosecuted because they was like something happened to where I think the police ended up getting off and didn't get held accountable for his actions.
Everybody should have went to jail. Everybody.
Everybody should have went to
The way
jail.
they
Who else
did
to
her,
pressure?
everybody, because there's no way.
That girl should have never
I
served a
was just
single
shocked that
day.
they didn't believe her. Like, as a young
Right.
kid, I could see maybe if it was an adult, maybe having a little
Yeah.
reservation about, but this is a kid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why would a kid lie about something like that? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's happened before, but like,
Right.
really, most of the time, if they're saying this, and that's the problem, we have a lot of things like this going on where children are being molested. They're afraid to tell people as it is, and then if they do confide in somebody, then they don't believe them. Like, no, no. If
Right.
somebody is coming and telling you something like that, I don't think, because kids want to. That you think they want to be bothered
Yeah.
with this? They want to go
You
play. They
know,
want to.
They do, but I feel like our school system here does a really good job because, of course, I'm a counselor. So my job is to go in to do child lures lessons, and they start in kindergarten. Now you can opt out for your child not to get the lessons, but the whole lesson is about safe touch. And we talk about it throughout the whole lesson is we don't keep secrets. I don't care who tell you to keep a secret. You don't keep a secret. No, you go tell your parents immediately.
Mhm.
And then we talk about who are those trusted people in your life. Okay, what if mom doesn't believe? What if mom doesn't do anything? What are you gonna tell? And then I love kindergarten, so I be looking at them. I be like, they be like, the police. Okay, who can you tell in this room? And they just be like, can tell you and our teacher, you can tell me anything, like bring it in. So they get that lesson and it progresses as they get older and it continues on with them until they get all the way. So it's embedded in them if you're in, the school system
Right.
all the way through kindergarten through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we won't. We like you report, you tell. I don't care who it is. It could be, and
Yeah.
we also talk about those family members. What is your uncle? It gives you the situation and scenario. Want to play handcuff game? He touching on your whatever it may be. Who you gonna tell? Who you gonna tell your mom? Yes. I was like, mama didn't do nothing. Mama didn't make no move. Who you telling? The grandma. Okay, grandma didn't do anything. He's still doing it. Who you gonna tell? And I have to be like, just. Am I trying to live right here,
You're
people?
right.
Like me. You tell me immediately. I was like, immediately, don't fix. So yeah, but I do understand that sense of fear, that sense of having an adult that you're supposed to trust is doing things that they're not supposed to be doing to you.
Yeah.
And protecting your siblings. And she thought that
Mhm.
she was doing the right thing. But she tried to tell him her man, but she ain't do nothing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was just like, ugh, that's a tough one. That was a tough.
Yeah. And a lot of times the parent be knowing what's going on and they
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
be in
but
denial or
sometimes
don't want to
the
say
woman wanna
anything.
keep the man. You wanna keep him. You don't wanna be single. You wanna keep the man. So you're like, "Well, she fast. Well, she doing this, and he paying the bills, so we ain't got." No, 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 baby girl. That's not how any of this works.
I
No,
got to
he
beat
can,
your ass and you
and I
got to
just hate
go.
that, some people just suffer in silence until
Yeah.
there is. Mhm.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of that going on, and again, this is one of those books that this is really happening in real life, and
Yes, yes.
this is somebody's story,
Yep,
and it's just sad. It's just really sad, but I did love the fact that she got out. She was able. It was like her redemption story.
yeah.
She got the man.
Mm.
She found her happiness, her peace.
Her relationship with her
Everything worked out.
sisters.
Yes, that got
Yes, that was
mended,
so
and
important to her because those were her babies. Like we say,
yeah, she was
"Oh, I
literally
got a little
taking care of
sister, that's
them.
my little baby." But that was literally
No, those are
literally
like her
raised them.
children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sad, that's so sad in itself because why is this young child
Right.
raising these little kids,
Baby, it
when
was the
you
nerve
have
of
a
the mama
mother.
was yes, the mama was saying, like, "You need to make sure Dana, bitch, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what do you mean she needs to make sure Dana is on the
Yeah.
table?"
Mhm.
You have girl, I just want to go. See, that's
Smack the
when it
shit out
comes
of
to
her.
the urban fiction come out. Like, where I mean, where the hell they at? Tap that hoe up at the
Right.
stop sign, go
Okay.
take her ass
We
out,
gotta take
get
her
rid of
out
all the
tonight.
ever where's Carleon to change the footage and shit? Like, come on, cause we gotta get the bitch. You know?
We need to put our
Yeah,
jackets
friend.
on, hop on our bikes, and
Baby,
be right.
baby, you ain't never lied. Where are the Inferno gods? Y'all follow behind them. Where is Quimir? Set that bitch on fire in her
Yeah.
car. You hear me?
Yeah.
Do you
We
see
just
what
need
I'm
somebody
saying,
to come
people?
save the
Hello, hello. But that's not how that went. But y'all get what I'm saying. Get your imagination
But
run wild there.
yeah, that's what we just we hope that it didn't happen, but that, you know,
Mhm.
it had to happen for the story to take place the way it did,
Absolutely.
for there
Absolutely.
to be a story. This was like the basis of it. So
Mhm.
like I said, I was just
But
happy
I
she got
enjoyed
out, she lived her life.
it.
Yeah, it was so
Okay,
sweet.
friend. Your
It was so
overall
sweet.
thoughts on the book and what would you rate it?
I
What are
would
we
rate
doing
it
there?
a 5 stars, hand down. I think it touches on a lot of different things, and it's just it's one of those books that this is a book I don't think I can forget because of what was going on in the book. It's, if I was a crier, this would be a tearjerker for me, because it just was sad. It kind of puts you in the mind of fast,
Yes, it
by
did.
Millie
I
Bellazzar.
absolutely agree. This is one of those if then. If you like this book, you'll like this
Right.
book. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
one of those because it was
Yeah.
definitely a lot of similarities, you
Right.
know?
And I haven't forgot
Um,
a thing about that book.
Me neither. Would never. Elshun either.
Yeah.
Mm,
And,
Give me a
so
boat with my
yeah,
name on it. Yes, I agree. So I would
I
have to say the
definitely
same
enjoyed it.
thing.
Yeah, it
I would
was
definitely
really,
have to
really
rate
good.
it a 5 star as well, and I would also say that it is a memorable book. I will not forget it. I felt like we all got justice in the end, you know, like,
Mhm.
yay, we could
Yeah.
just all
Without killing.
without killing. Nobody died. There was not a cleanup crew, people, okay? And I feel like we all just walked in the sunset together as a family at
Yeah.
the end. That's what it felt like. It was just so warm and
Right.
okay, yay. Yeah,
Yeah.
friend, this
It
was
was a
a
happy
good
family at the end.
one.
Yeah, it was a good
Yes.
one.
This is a
Yeah,
good one,
Kimberly
friend.
Brown couldn't do no wrong. I
Absolutely.
I haven't read anything by Kimberly that I did not like. And there's always gonna be, a message there. We got that. Um, we got a good fine, strong MMC
Mhm.
to come and just wrap her up in his arms and take the pain away. Yeah, it was really, really good. So if you have not read it, you should definitely check it out. Check your triggers
Yes.
though, because it,
Yes.
it does have heavy topics and heavy things going on, but it was really good. It's really worth the read. If you can get through that part, then you will definitely
You
enjoy this
good after
story.
that. Right.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah. What we reading next week?
Free.
Are we reading the Brienne Dene book next week?
Is the Brienne Dene book next week? I'm not, it's on you. We could go in that order. Um, yeah, that's
Or we gonna read
yes.
Pressure? What was
Friend,
it?
I want to read Certified Pressure so bad. Can we go to Certified Pressure
Yeah, we can
first?
do that. We can use a little
Cause you about to
we can balance it. Especially
give
coming
me
off of the month of February where read a lot
yes.
of historical fiction. Yeah. So
Yes.
we can balance
I
it. Yeah.
agree. I agree. Let's go to Certified Pressure first. I'm so excited. The
And
cover
who
this
is that
man so
by?
fine.
Yes, he is fine.
This is my first book by is it Shay Jones or Shaw Jones? How would you say that?
Probably
SHA. Shaw?
Shay.
Shay.
Probably Shay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Shay Jones. And it says an arranged marriage unhinged. Baby, just the unhinged part.
Mm, mm, mm.
Pretty in love. How unhinged is he?
Hopefully, he's very unhinged.
Shay, it's the
Yeah,
cover. Baby, it's the baby.
show him the cover. Oh,
I would take
yeah.
it. I would
Yes,
take him.
Lord.
Hello.
Mm,
Oh my
mm,
God. Look at
mm.
he a gangster too. He got smoke coming out his mouth. Hey.
Yes.
Give me a cracky book,
Mm, mm,
please.
mm. I think
Just,
it's
oh
gonna be
gosh.
good. I think it's gonna be
I'm ready,
good.
friend. Yeah, this
Yeah,
gonna be a good month because I feel like we're reading different things this month. So I
yeah.
feel like this month is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a good month for us. I love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it will be. I'm
You
excited.
will be, friend. I like how we get them
Yeah,
lined up too. This is a good
yeah,
lineup
yeah.
this month.
Mm-hmm. It is. I'm excited to get into each and every one of them
Me too,
and
friend.
see what it
Hmm.
gives. So that's what we're gonna read for next week. I do not have any new releases except for Demon's Dream is now out on Audible, but it's only available on Spotify, and you can only listen to it, of course, if you have the premium Spotify. So there's that. I wish it was on
Yeah,
Audible or something, but I would have really loved to listen to it. I haven't read it in 2 years,
I
so
haven't either. I think that it may be that that's where she started from, and maybe it will trickle down to
praying
us.
so because
Me too,
we need
because
to
we need
be.
that. We
Yeah,
all
we
need
need that.
that. We
Mhm,
need
we
that
need
real
that
bad
on
because,
all
baby, I would
platforms.
listen to the. Now I'm telling you, I ain't even looked to see how many hours was because that was the first big book I had ever read before in my life. Okay, and didn't care that it was that thick.
Mhm. It
So
gotta
I
be
can only
like
imagine
18
how many
hours.
hours. Right? I'm getting ready to go
18,
to
20.
Memphis. I'm getting ready to go to Memphis. I'm be on the road, so that's a good road trip book. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I can't pay for the Spotify. I got so many memberships right now, though. I can't,
Yeah,
dog. I can't
right.
do it.
Mhm.
I
I'm not
can't
gonna
do
do it
it yet.
either.
I
Hopefully
can't.
Hopefully it'll show up on Audible or Hoopla or something,
Yeah.
Libra,
Please,
FM,
please.
anything. I don't care. Something. Just give it to
Yes.
us.
I agree.
Yeah. But that's all I got as far as that is concerned. I didn't really see too many new releases. I'm sure there were some,
Me
but
neither.
I just didn't come across and I really didn't I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't deep dive into research like I usually do either. So
So
sorry.
I've been off. I've kinda been off the I post my books and get off this week. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I haven't wanted I just been in a, I don't I
Don't
just
feel like
haven't
being
been
bothered.
I just yes, this was one of those weeks where I was like, "You know what? I don't wanna see nothing on social
Yeah.
media," you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I feel you. That's what the drama is doing to us, friend. It's
It's
wearing us down. It's
it's
wearing
wearing
us
us down.
thin.
It's wearing us
Like
down
we
because I
just,
usually like normally, I like to go look at, the people that I follow on there and look at their stuff, and I'm like, "Nah, just Aquarius, stay in your own little safe space for a little minute here, okay? Gather yourself
mm,
accordingly."
yeah. God, I hate it, man. I wish, I just want to be back in that
I do
happy
too.
book talk,
I do too.
bookstagram space, where
Yes,
everything
that
was
first year that I was on there, it was amazing. It
so
was
much
so
fun.
kumbaya. I was
Yeah.
just, oh,
I don't even want to dwell on it. I get
that's my
mad
friend.
because
We'll let it go. I know.
just let it
Let's
go.
end on a
Hopefully it
high
get
note. We
better.
finna get ready to get with this fine man that's blowing smoke out his mouth and he unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know it's gonna be good. It just looked
It
like
did.
it. Yeah. And
I don't mind him taking us through there though. You know what I'm saying? He look like a nigga I let take me through there. Take me through there. Take me through there. Hey, okay. Yeah, friend.
it'll be a new author for us.
This is
So neither one
definitely
of
a
us
new
have read
author.
anything about his author.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, that is all we have on tonight's episode of the Book Bestie podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, if you guys want to read next week's book with us, make sure you check that out. And we will see you guys. Oh, happy March, because it is now March. So happy March. May this be a
Mm-hmm.
good month for everybody. And we will see you on the next episode of the Book Bestie podcast.
Bye.
Bye.